Are you interested in learning how to turn a profit? This is the story that Robert Kiyosaki tells in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. There were two fathers in his life. One of them held a doctorate, while the other had only completed the 8th grade. Despite the fact that both fathers made a large amount of money, the wealthier father was always having trouble making ends meet, while the less fortunate father was well on his way to being one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. Learning how to become rich from Kiyosaki is something that may be done even if you were not born into a rich family. You are able to put the ideas presented in this book into practice. The first principle is that the rich don't work for money. Let us take a look at John, who is working for money each and every hour of each and every day. His frustration with life is over the roof, and he is unable to comprehend why he is unable to advance in his career. It is Henry who is located over here. The majority of Henry's time is spent searching for assets to add to his collection, despite the fact that he earns the same amount of money that John does. The amount of money that these two individuals make is identical. However, John sells his time in exchange for monetary compensation, whilst Henry obtains his income from assets. The takeaway from this is that rich people do not exchange their time for money. Rather, they invest in assets that give them the ability to generate income for themselves. It is said that, most of the time, life does not talk to you. It just sort of pushes you around, and each push is life saying, "Wake up." This is one of my favorite quotations, and it goes something like this. Most of the time, you need to be aware of the fact that fear and greed are the two emotions that ultimately determine the course of people's lives if you want to become rich. Even though they are working a job for 8 hours a day in an effort to increase their income, a lot of people have told me that they are not interested in money. When they are not effectively managed, fear and want have the potential to lead you into the most significant trap in life. The second principle from the book is financial literacy. If you want to become rich, it is not about how much money you make. Rather, it is about how much money you keep for yourself. Intelligence is the ability to solve issues and generate money. But money that is not accompanied by intelligence is money that will soon be gone. Did you know that rich people tend to acquire assets, whilst those in the middle class and the impoverished tend to acquire liabilities that they mistakenly believe to be assets? To achieve financial success, it is necessary to have a solid understanding of the distinction between a liability and an asset. The only thing you need to keep in mind is that assets bring money into your possession, while liabilities take money away from your wallet. If you want to become rich, this is one of the few rules that you will ever need to be aware of. One of the primary reasons why the rich continue to amass wealth while the poor continue to fall into poverty is because of a lack of information regarding financial matters. The third principle from the book is mind your own business. To summarize this idea, the book is telling you that the rich primarily concentrate on their assets, whilst the rest of the population is more concerned with their income statements. To adhere to this approach, you must first construct and then continue to maintain a robust collection of assets. Any item that generates a positive cash flow for you on a monthly basis, whether it be a piece of real estate, a website, or something else entirely, is considered an asset. The fourth principle from the book is the power of corporations. If you are viewing this video, it is likely that you are unaware of the fact that companies are one of the most significant secrets of the rich, and that they provide a more intelligent approach to playing the game of life. In order to safeguard their wealth and take advantage of legal tax loopholes, rich individuals utilize businesses. In order to get rich, you should seriously consider establishing a company if you are the owner of a firm and produce a respectable amount of money. According to the book, you should work on improving your financial intelligence, which is comprised of your understanding in a variety of different broad disciplines. If you want to improve your financial intelligence, you need to expand your knowledge in the areas of accounting, investing, understanding markets, and the law. Investing is the process of putting your money to work in order to generate additional income, whereas accounting is the process of reading and comprehending numerical data. The study of markets is the study of supply and demand, and the study of the law is the study of tax laws that teach you how to keep more of your own money. Once more, a company is one of the most significant legal tax loopholes that the rich exploit to increase the amount of money they make and keep for themselves. Your financial intelligence is the result of the combination of all of these skills and abilities. The fifth principle from the book is invent money. Rich people are the ones who create money. This idea might be summed up as follows. Those who are rich are more likely to recognize the chance to create new forms of currency. Keep in mind that the eyes are not the only way to see big chances. The mind is the way to see them. Your mind is the single most powerful asset you possess, and if it is taught properly, it has the potential to generate huge riches for you. Another significant takeaway from the book is that in the actual world, it is not the intelligent who succeed, but rather the courageous who do so. This indicates that those who are courageous or willing to take risks are more likely to achieve the greatest financial success, even if they are not as intelligent as other people. The sixth principle from the book says, work to learn, don't work for money. This indicates that rich people work for the purpose of acquiring knowledge rather than for the purpose of ensuring their employment. One should have a basic understanding of a wide range of topics if they have the goal of becoming rich. JOB is an acronym that stands for just over broke, and it is one of my other favorite quotes. This indicates that if you are solely focused on a work, you will not be able to achieve true financial success. The seventh principle from the book is overcome obstacles. The manner in which a rich individual deals with fear is the key factor that differentiates them from a poor individual. If you have a high financial intelligence, there are still a few significant hurdles that will prevent you from getting rich. These difficulties will prevent you from becoming rich. Fear, cynicism, impatience, poor habits, and arrogance are the barriers that stand in the way. Some individuals are so plagued by the fear of losing that they end up losing. Cynicism is another word for self-doubt, and for many people, it is a significant thing that stands in their way. Another challenge that we all face is trying to overcome our tendency to be lazy. When I was initially beginning to see results in the gym, I recall that once I had gained what I believed to be a respectable accomplishment, I began to get less motivated to go to the gym. I didn't want to go as often. In the same way that my lack of motivation kept me from going to the gym, your lack of motivation might hinder you from getting rich. It is possible for bad behaviors to have the same effect. Put an end to spending so much time in front of the television and going out to drink on the weekends. Everyone will eventually have to contend with the final challenge, which is arrogance. Every time I've been arrogant, I've lost money because I believed that what I didn't know wasn't important, Robert Kiyosaki said. I couldn't have been more wrong. Be careful not to let your haughtiness take your money. Now, here are the 10 steps. In order to bring out your inner financial genius, let's have a look at the 10 steps. The first thing you need to do is locate a rationale that is over and above reality. It is the force of the spirit. In order to achieve financial independence, you should have a compelling purpose. The second step is to make decisions on a daily basis. When you want to invest in your mind and your ambitions, think carefully about the activities you do every day. The next step is to select your companions and pals with great care. You should be mindful about the people you select to associate with. Mastering a formula is the fourth step in the process. After that, proceed very fast to the following step. The speed with which you can discover new methods of producing money is directly proportional to the level of financial success you achieve. The fifth step is to always put yourself first while paying yourself. If you are unable to exercise self-control, you should refrain from pursuing financial success in order to improve your self-discipline. In the sixth step, you will also be required to pay your broker. Effective guidance is difficult to quantify in terms of its impact. Step number 7. Adopt the mindset of an Indian giver. It is possible to obtain something cost-free if the correct arrangement is struck. Make an effort to generate income through assets that provide you with something for free, such as a plot of land. The eighth step is to make use of assets in order to purchase pleasures. If you want to buy luxury, you should always use the income from your assets rather than taking out loans. The ninth step is to select potential heroes. It is much simpler to access your innate brilliance when you have idols to look up to. The 10th and final stage is to teach, and you will be given in return. The first thing you should do when you are in need of anything is to give what you want, and you will receive it back in abundance. The book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, contains these fundamental ideas as its core themes.